Okay, so what we're going to cover now is again the interoperation between Linux and Windows. We covered the Linux part last lesson. We're going to cover the Windows portion for this lesson. Okay, something that you should be aware of already is that in order to install Windows Active Directory, okay, it comes with a DNS server. We're going to learn how to install and set up DHCP server, printer sharing. All these are roles and terminal services. Alright, so I got my Windows server here. Okay, the network settings is a local LAN. Alright. Okay, I'm going to leave Linux out of the picture for today. Okay, so as it starts up, you can see what's the IP address. Over here. Okay, my IP address is 192.168.30.2. This is my IP address of this system. My computer name is Win2K8. Okay. Remember when you're doing this at home, once you upgrade to Active Directory, there is no turning back. It'll be not very good to turn back. Okay, so we're going to do this. How do we update Active Directory? We add a row, correct? Add rows. What rows should we add? Active Directory domain services. These are something that you have already learned before. Nothing too new about this. Then write run. Do note that you might need the CD, the ISO. Okay, I already set my ISO to be my Windows 2008 ISO. You all should have it ready. Okay, you all should have it ready. Okay. Okay, so this is done. All we need to do is just to type DC promo. Next. Next. We are going to automatically install a DNS server. Okay, we need to install DNS server. Create a new forest. Okay, let's call it xyz.com. Alright. So my fully qualified domain name FQDN will be win2w2k8.xyz.com. We're going to use the 2008 level. And next. Yes. Next. We give you a password. Because your policies are not set, so you need to have complicated passwords. And done. Can reboot on completion. Okay. We're back here. So use Control Alternate Delete to log in. Okay, notice it has changed to the XYZ site administrator already. Okay, I've added one more thing to the requirement. We need to install web server also. Yeah, one more extra thing over here. I just added in. Okay, but it's alright. We'll configure the DNS server first. Okay, DNS server. We go to Start, Administrative Tools, DNS. Alright, so again, you remember this, correct? So you need to put a reverse lookup zone. Let's create a new zone. Primary zone. IPv4 reverse zone. Network ID 192.168.30, right? Yeah, okay, next. Next, finish. If your zone is created correctly, when you put a new pointer, you go to browse, you should be able to see the server. If you're not able to see the server, means you're wrong. Recreate the reverse zone again. Okay? Okay, okay, done. So a pointer is created. So I want to create a few more pointers. For example, I want to create my Linux. I want to give it a name. Okay, yesterday, not the last lesson, the Linux IP address was 192.168.30.1, correct? Okay, so I knew under the forward lookup zone, new host, let's call it Linux, or maybe Debian. Okay, in Windows, case insensitive, doesn't matter whether it's uppercase, lowercase. So the IP address is 192.168.30.1. Okay, so I create associated pointer record and done. So you see, there's a Debian here and over here. Alright. So effectively, if I do something like this, I do ns lookup. Okay, I put debian.xyz.com. I should get what? 192.168.30.1. 192.168.30.1. It should give me debian.xyz.com. Okay? So this is what I'm looking for. Yes. Okay, once the DNS server is installed, okay, I'm all ready. I'm going to add one more row. Okay, I'm going to add the web server row. Where is it? Web servers. Oh. Okay, by right, you're supposed to install IIS. This image already has IIS installed. Over here, web server installed. It's typically just next, and finish. So this installed already, never mind. What we're going to do is, under DNS manager, okay, I'll give you an example over here. I type 192.168.30.2. This is my own web server, correct? What if I want to do something like this? I put www.xyz.com and it will still come to this server. How? Correct. So to confuse you a little bit more, I got to add one more pointer. Sorry, one more A record. And this will be www. IP address will be 192.168.30.2. 2. 2. Cannot. 2 already here already. You think you overwrite? No. It adds one more extra record. Multiple names to a single IP address. Okay? So my server name is win2k8.xyz.com. Okay? Or this I can do. Yes. It's just a name pointing to IP address. Think of it as this is. That's all. Yes. Possible. Multiple domain names. Possible. Okay, we're going to move on. We have added a DNS entry for our www to support the web services. And we're going to configure this with virtual directories. Okay. Again, we go to Start, Administrative Tools, look for IIS Manager. Okay, sites, default sites, right click, add virtual directory, alias, we give it ITE. Okay, what does it mean? You see what it means. Physical path. I create a new folder in my C drive called ITE. It will point to ITE. Okay? Then put OK. So if I go to my C drive, I'll see ITE folder here. Okay, it's empty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a file. Okay, I'm going to call it HTML. And I'm going to index HTML. Alright, then I'm going to edit it. Okay, hello world. Save. So if I run this, it gives you hello world. Okay? Okay, so what does it mean? It means that if I do something like this, ITE, it picks up from my directory here and select index HTML. It has to be index HTML. It has to be index HTML. Why? Because your settings by default is index HTML. Default documents, default document index HTML. Okay, you call it any other name, it will not work. Let me demonstrate to you. If I call it Vincent, okay, then I go to same site, I press enter. Error, because Vincent is not part of the default document. Okay, however, if I rename it back to index, it works again. So this is a virtual directory. Very simple application for virtual directory. What is it used for? Okay, some explanation on this is that I have virtual directories. I can call it test. This path can be a UNC path somewhere else, another server. It doesn't need to reside on this server. It could be in another server. Okay, so this is one of the benefits of using virtual directories. We covered this during the theory last time. Okay? Okay, so we are done with IIS, which is our web server. We're going to move on to set up DHCP server, which is slightly more challenging. Let me close this first. Close this and this. Add roles. DHCP server here. Okay. For the DHCP to work, your server must have a static IP address. Must have. If you don't have a static IP address, it will tell you there's an error. But they will still allow you to continue. Alright. Next. Look at this. This, your IP address is IPv4. Next. Preferred DNS, which is myself. Next. Wins is not required. Okay, we did not configure wins in the first place, so no. Okay, this is where you add a scope. A scope is how you want to issue the IP addresses out. Okay, because my scope IP address is 192.168.30. Okay, I can do this. Scope name, any name you want, or I can go with my scope. Okay, starting IP address. What address range you want to start with? 192.168.30 has to be 30 because your server is under 30 range. 100, I will start from 100. I'll end with 192.168.30. maybe 200. Alright, so technically I have about 199 addresses. Oh no, 201 address to use. Subnet mask will be 255.255.0. Okay, gateway optional because we are not going to move out of this network. Okay, so it's wired. Wireless is this. What they mean is the amount of time the address will be used. 8 days, 6 days. After 6 days, automatically it will ask to renew the IP address again. Right? Activate this scope. Okay. Okay, then done already. This is one here. We can make multiple scope in our lab. We only do one scope. Next. Okay, we have no DHCP, so disable for DHCP v6. Next, we use the current credential, the administrator credential, to start the service. Install. Okay, so DHCP is installed already. You can see over here. How we use it? Very simple. I have my Windows 7 open here. My Windows server network is in the local segment. I put my Windows 7 into the same segment, local. Alright, so far so good. Alright, in my network settings, under the properties, I set it to obtain address automatically. Okay, if your DHCP is working, you will see that your IP address is there already. Automatically assume an IP address. If you prefer command line, it will be IP config look at this. Automatic. Your suffix given to you also. IP address is given to you. DNS is given to you. DHCP server is from here. What's the least time? 6 days. With this, I can do this. www.xyz.com ITE Windows 7 son. Okay, so this is how DHCP works. Very simple, correct? You just add the scope and the desired IP address, put the same network segment, and you're done. Okay, let's move on. We are done. Active Directory DNS web server with virtual directory. Now we are going to do DHCP. Oh no, I've done DHCP printer sharing. How do we do printer sharing? Okay, sorry. Let me try again. Add rows. Next. Print services. Next. Next. Print server will do. Next. Install. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to install a dummy printer. Any printer that is available in the Windows 2008 server. And share it out. And see whether my Windows 7 can see it or not. Alright. Since we can get IP address, we're on the same network already. Okay, this is what an organization usually do. Done. Going to pre-management. We got no print servers here, we got no printers. Oh, we have a printer here. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to install a printer. Sorry. Add a printer. Add a local printer. Okay, let's assume it is connected to the printer port. We just maybe HP printer. Any printer will do lah. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. Okay, next. Next. Okay, what we will do is just want to have a printer only. We share this printer out. Okay, location ITE command my new printer. Okay, next. Finish. So this is shared out already. This shared out already. In my Windows 7 printer, add a printer. Network printer. Oh, it's not listing. Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you this. When you share the printer out, you need to do something like this. Sharing. List in directory. It's not listed, of course cannot see. Apply. Okay. Okay, let it do a bit of update first. We try to publish this into the directory. This may not be necessary. Yeah? This may not be necessary. Let's try again. Okay, how stupid am I? Why can't the printer be found on the Active Directory? Anybody knows? No, because I am not on the Active Directory. I did not join domain. Look at this. In my own work group, of course I cannot see the printer because I'm not even in the directory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join domain. Okay, anybody can tell me what's the domain name? Yeah, syz.com. Okay. Yeah, sometimes these things gets to me. I can't. I forget what's the. Okay, so let it restart. Okay, while waiting for it to restart, we're going to do the last portion here, which is to configure remote access via terminal services. Okay, via terminal services, we're going to add roles again. Terminal services. Alright. Next. Next. Server. Install terminal server anyway. Yes. Kind of licensing. Then next. Next. Do not require. Anybody can connect lah. Okay, confirm later. Configure later. Let's try per device. Okay, licensing put by the device. We add administrator group inside here already. This domain and install. Okay, we are installing. My Windows already login. Already join domain. I did not log into domain. I got logged in domain. Okay, because I don't have any users created on the server, I'm going to use the server, the administrator account, to log in. Do not seem to have a account here. Can't seem to log in as a user. I'm gonna pause for a while. Okay, let's get back to the terminal services. We are still not done. We are still not done with the printer as well as terminal services. Yes. No, sorry. Printer sharing doesn't mean need to install the driver. I'm going to show you right now how is it done. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log off first. No need. Have a look what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to log on as administrator because obviously I did not create any users on the XYZ domain. Bear in mind, this is not the correct way to do it. We don't usually use administrator to log on to client's PC. Okay, this is not the correct way to do it. Okay, printers. Add a printer. Look at this. Immediately it comes out. Printer. Because you shared the printer, correct? We did the sharing just now already. It's listed in the directory. All I need to do is just to click on network. Try again, show you. Because it's listed in the directory and because you are in an active directory, all the printers that is shared will be listed up for you to see. Okay? Then assuming that you have correct permissions to install the printer, we just have to do this. Next. It will automatically download the correct drivers for your system. Install on your PC the driver. Yes. Correct. So it does not need you to know what's the printer, what's the drivers. All you need to do is to search for the drivers in the Active Directory, click on the printer that you want, click next, it will install by itself. Look at this. Installed already. Do I need to know where's the printer? What's the IP address of the printer? No, because all of them are configured on the server itself. Explain a little bit further on the printer. Alright. You notice, I'm going to leave this page here first. I'm not done yet. Notice under your control panel, your printer. Right click, properties. This is my Windows server. Please don't get confused. Server. Under sharing, do you see drivers? Okay. So if you want to have additional drivers that you need to install on operating system, you click on additional drivers. Then you just enable the correct drivers for it. And Windows itself will automatically pick up the correct drivers. And look at the display, HP printer on Win2K8. Okay, let's continue. Printer is done already. It's already shared out and installed on the Windows 7 client. Okay, so let me repeat myself again. Printer services must be installed. The printer must be installed. The printer must be shared out like this and listed in directory. Alright. The client, Windows 7, first of all must be able to join log into domain. Then you can add a printer. Okay, it's not here anymore because I've already added it in. Alright, okay. Let's move on to the terminal services. Terminal services is very simple. I've already installed already. After that, I rebooted, close. Over here, all I need to do is look for remote desktop connection. And I type win2k8xyz.com. We enter the administrator password and we are connected to it already. From the client side, I've installed the terminal services here. Yeah, but we use a least secure method to connect. This secure. Yes, but we are not doing that. We just want to log in and see only. Look at this. I'm on the Windows 7 Professional. This is my Windows 2K8 server. I'm logged on via RDP protocol. Can you see a difference? Cannot see a difference, correct? I do this. See? Windows 2K8xyz.com. This is my server. Okay, still cannot see the difference. We are done already actually. This is the server. Shut down. Okay? So you see, it's very powerful tool, very dangerous tool to do it. Oh yeah, of course. So that's all for Windows. We have covered Active Directory, DNS, web server, DHCP, printer sharing, terminal services. Okay, so that's all for this lab.